Okay, what about Jorge? Please, Jorge, tell us, Jorge. How was your weekend, Jorge? What did you do last weekend, Jorge?
It was great. It was a long weekend. I really uh, enjoyed because I just stayed home, resting, watching series.
Very good.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's because I didn't have any energy to do something, so I just stayed home.
Very good. So you were
Yeah.
like literally resting. Very good. Okay.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
And what about Jorge? How was your day today, Jorge?
It's been a hard day because today I had today and tomorrow we're having a boot camp of life science healthcare industry, and also because as I mentioned before in other classes, this week we are having some visits and events for
Oh, it's
uh,
true.
practitioners from the US. And
Exactly. Exactly.
so as you can see, I'm still being in the office. Here's my badge,
Okay. Okay.
and I'm in the office now.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Okay. So, Jorge, what time are you planning to finish working today?
After this class.
Ah, okay. Okay. Very
Yeah.
good. Okay. So, the class you are going home. Okay.
Yes.
Very good. Excellent. Very good. Okay. Thank you. Okay. What about Rudy? Rudy, how was your weekend, Rudy?
Hey, hello.
Welcome to the
Well,
class. Good.
thank you very much. Well, my weekend was very quiet. I stay at home with
Very
my
good.
family. We
Excellent.
were cooking and all those things for the week because sometimes
Excellent.
we need to cook in the week, and it's pretty hard with the job, the baby, and all those things.
Exactly. Exactly, Rudy. Very good. Okay. Excellent. Rudy, and what about your day? How was your day today?
Actually, it was stressing day
Oh,
because
really?
this is end of the spring. The spring, I'm sorry. This is end of
Okay.
spring, so we have to complete task. The testers are working right now on my card and all
Okay.
those things. Yeah, but actually, the work it's already completed, so I'm happy for that.
Okay. Okay. Great. Very good. Okay. So very good. Good. Hello, Daniel. What's your day? How are you, Daniel? Fine.
Hello, Miguel. Fine. Thanks.
Excellent. Daniel, so tell us, Daniel, how was your weekend?
My weekend it was good. I am working again on American calendar, so I didn't take the long weekend.
All right. All right.
Yeah, but it was great. I went to the stadium to watch one of the soccer's game for the weekend
Very
with
good.
my kid.
Okay.
We really enjoyed the time. We have a party, so it was great.
Excellent. Daniel. Very good. Okay. Daniel, and how was your day today?
It was great. I'm reading a lot, just getting engaged with all the information that I need to know for this project. But it is kind of tired to be reading a lot of documents, but it is good because I'm
Obviously.
learning a lot.
Very good. Excellent. Very good. Okay, man. Listen, I'm going to share my screen with you. And look at this. Okay. So here it says February 4th, obviously February 4th, 2025. It says goal. By the end of the class, the students will be able to speak about ethics in a business environment. Okay. So that class, my friends, we were speaking about ethics. We were doing some listening activities, okay, about ethics in enterprises, in companies. Okay, now let's do this. It says complete these statements using words related to business ethics. It says most businesses are still quiet, okay, and follow the trust me model. With the 24/7 media world, more companies are being brought to act for how they do their business, especially those involved in any corporate. Although sustainability, okay, are a standard practice nowadays, a business can always find ways to hide illegal activities such as financial long, okay, chains that involve a great deal of outsourcing are particularly difficult to manage, both logistically and ethically. If we ban child eye altogether or boycott products made by children, it will only cause more poverty. Sustainability is the responsibility of all, okay, not just shareholders. Okay, let me go to the meeting. Very good. Okay. Very good. Okay. Very good. Hello, Gabi. Gabi, how are you?
Tired, but good. Thank you.
Okay, okay, very good. Okay, excellent, Gabby. Gabby, how was the weekend for you? Did you have a long weekend?
Yeah, I had a long weekend, and today I had to go to the office.
All
Yeah.
right, Gabby, good. So right now you are at the office?
No, I'm at home.
Oh, okay, that's good. Okay, excellent, Gabby, good. And Gabby, how was your day today at the office? Busy?
Yeah, busy, and I couldn't advance on the activities I have for today.
Okay, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So it was like a busy and kind of stressing, right?
Yeah, that's why I don't like to go to the office because I know that I'm not going to be able to advance anything
Yes,
for
okay.
my day.
I'm sure, yes, exactly. Okay, Gabby, very good. Okay, so listen, Gabby, we were here, okay, we already read the date, we already read the goal, okay. Last class, we were doing some activities related to ethics, okay, and to ethics for enterprises, for companies, okay. And now let's do this activity, okay. It's also from the book. It's the number six. Sustainability is the responsibility of all, okay, not just the shareholders. Companies should be wary of using celebrities to endorse their brands because they may behave inappropriately and damage the brands are okay. Look at this, wary, like should be alert, okay, of okay. The majority of multinationals are guilty of on behavior at some time or other, okay. So I'm going to share this activity with you on the WhatsApp group. Wait a minute. So you can also have it there and you can have a better analysis of the activities. Okay, let me share it with you. Okay. 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 So there it is. Okay. For example, okay, I'll do number one. Okay. Look at this. There it goes. It says, okay, it says most businesses are still quite be and follow the trust me model. Are still quite, look at this, look at this. Profit. Oh, it's too small. Okay. Okay, look at this. The name can be okay. Profit, okay. Okay, there it is. Okay, profit, okay. Very good. Driven, okay. Profit driven, okay. And follow the trust me model, okay. For example, I do also number two. It says with the 24/7 media world, more companies are being proud to, okay, accountability. Look at this. Accountability, okay. Are being brought to accountability, okay. And now they do their business, especially those involved in any corporate, okay, scandals, okay. Accountability, la responsabilidad, okay, al sentido de responsabilidad for how they do the business, especially those involved in any corporate scandals, okay. Okay, pues please to continue, please, from number three to number eight, okay. Very good, let's see. Just one, two, three, four, five, and six. Okay. Let's allow 6 minutes for this activity, okay? And here we have open questions because we will not have any list to choose from, okay? Very good. Mhm. And listen, for number five, if we ban child, this is letter L, okay? It's not an I, it's letter L, okay?
Sorry, you mentioned that is letter L?
Exactly. Number five, letter L is not a capital I, it's letter L.
Okay, thanks.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay, very good. Yes, good, good. Very good. Good. Hello, Christina. Good afternoon, Christina. How are you, Christina? Welcome to the class, Christina. How are you?
Good, good. And you?
Excellent, Christina. Fine too. So, Christina, tell me, Christina, how was your week, Christina?
Stressful, like always.
Very good, Christina. Okay. Christina, and what about today, Christina? How was your day today?
It was a stress too.
Also, come on, Christina, just full of stress.
Yes,
Oh, that's the bad, Christina. Well,
this
Christina,
project it is.
so much work, Christina, so many pendings, so many failures, I don't know.
Yes, so many of everything.
Oh,
So that's why I came back late, and the other day I couldn't connect.
yes, Christina. Oh, Christina. Well, Christina, you need to relax, Christina, okay? Because I
Yes.
mean, under stress is too bad, okay? Okay, Christina, I already shared this activity, Christina. We're working on this activity. Look at this.
Okay.
And it is, Christina, okay? Here it says, Complete statements using words related to business ethics. Last classes, we were checking in business, okay, in business ethics, how to speak about ethics in companies, okay, ethics philosophies, okay. And I already shared this activity on the WhatsApp group. So let me take a photo again, okay, and I will share it there with the answers we have. For example, let me.
Okay.
Okay, there it goes. Okay, so you can also have it the full information. Okay, it's going to be there again. Okay, very good. There it is. Okay, very good. There it goes. So we have one, two, three, four, five, six to go. Okay, so let's allow 6 minutes. Okay, for this activity. Here, they are open source words. Why? Because we don't have a list to choose from. Okay. Very good. Okay. In 3 more minutes, I will check it. Okay. Very good. Very good. Hmm. Okay, I start with Jorge. Jorge, could you please tell me Jorge number three, please. Alto sustainability.
Number three, also sustainability resources are standard practice nowadays. A business can always find ways to hide illegal activities such as financial irregularities.
Irregularities, very good. Irregularities, very good. Here is also possible sustainability resources or sustainability. Look at this. Another option is this one, regulations. Okay, regulations. Okay. Very good. Okay, excellent. Good. Okay, is Rudy here?
Yep, I'm back. Thank
Okay,
you.
very good. What are we doing for long?
Long service chains
Long service change. Okay.
that involve a great deal of outsourcing are particularly difficult to manage both logistically and ethically.
Very good. Long service, or also is another possibility. Long, long supply, long supply chains. Okay. Very good. Excellent. Good. 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 Daniel, if we ban child,
I was not able to get that one.
I
We
will. No,
don't
I will
have-
get it. If we ban child labor
Oh, I yeah.
um, altogether or boycotted products made by children, it will only cause more poverty. Very good. Okay. Okay. What about please, Gabi? Number six, Gabi. Sustainability. Sustain-
Sustainability, sorry, sustainability is the responsibility of all stakeholders,
Very good.
not just the shareholders.
Very good. Not just the check. Very good. Okay. Excellent. Good. 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 Christina, companies should be wary of using celebrities and to endorse the
I
brand.
didn't find the word to fill it, so I was waiting
Okay.
for this.
This is one. Okay. It's brands. Look at this. Brands. Okay. Reputation. Okay. Okay. Brand reputation. Okay. Very good. Okay. What about Rudy? Number eight, Rudy. The majority of multinationals are guilty of
Acknowledge behavior
knowledge. Okay. knowledge, okay, behavior at some point or another,
I
or
guess unacceptable behavior is correct.
unacceptable, very good, unacceptable, unacceptable, or maybe look at this, another possibility can be unethical, unethical, okay, unethical behavior at some point or other, okay. Okay, look at this. It says match these statements in exercise G with these symbols, okay? Then compare and with the partner. For example, agree strongly, agree in most cases, don't know, don't agree in most cases, or disagree strongly. Look at this. I will do also share this coding, okay, with you, so you can also do that. Okay, very good. Let me go to the group, okay? It's there, okay, on the WhatsApp group, okay? Very good. Okay, so let me okay, let me project the image again. Okay. For example, now according to your personal opinions, okay, and your personal feelings, let's categorize these nouns, okay, these sentences into these categories. For example, for number one, it says, okay, it says, most businesses are still quite profit driven and also follow the trust me model. For me, my friends, according to my experience, okay, maybe you can have a different point of view. I will say that this is a plus, okay. For me, this is an A plus. Okay. An A plus category. Okay. Okay. For example, with the 24/7 media world, more companies are being brought to accountability for now for how they do their business, especially those involved in any corporate scandals. For me, I will say that is a category letter A. Okay. That is my personal point of view. Okay. Maybe you have a different point of view. Okay. Okay, so please categorize the others, okay? The others are using these symbols, okay? Agree strongly, agree in most cases. I don't know. Don't understand in most cases, don't agree in most cases, or disagree strongly. Very good, okay? Mhm. Very good. Very good. Okay, what about Jorge? Jorge, what is your opinion, Jorge, for number three, Jorge?
For number three, uh, I put it the question mark,
Okay.
because not always the regulations can make sure that all the entities can hide all their uh, unknown behaviors.
Exactly. Exactly. Or can hide, okay. Illegal, financial.
Mhm.
Okay, very good. Okay, good. Rudy, what is your opinion for number four, Rudy?
For number four, for me is A plus.
A plus,
You know,
okay.
because sometimes when you are managing an outsourcing, you have a lot of enterprise to manage, and then you must be aware of all the policies that they are working. So
Exactly, exactly, yes.
for that,
Especially in logistics and ethics, no?
exactly.
Very good, okay. Well, Daniel, number four, Daniel, Daniel, number five, Daniel. What's your opinion on Daniel, number five?
Number five, if we ban sorry, if we ban child labor altogether
Good.
or boycott the products made by children, it will only
Cause more poverty, no? What's your opinion, Daniel?
sorry, I lost connection.
Yes, good.
It's A.
Very good. A, okay. Very good. Okay.
Yeah, I'm agree.
Very good. Okay, okay. Good, good, okay. Good, good. What about Gavin? Gavin, number six, Gavin. Sustainability is the responsibility of all stakeholders, not just the shareholders.
I think I agree in most of
Okay,
the cases.
very good. Okay, okay, very good. Okay, okay, good, good. What about Christina? Christina, companies should be wary of user celebrities to endorse the brands because they may behave inappropriately and damage the brand's reputation.
Mm, yes, that's true. We have seen many cases. So I agree.
You strongly agree, no?
Yes.
Very good. Okay, okay. And what about, let's say, Jorge, the majority of multinationals are guilty of unethical behavior at some time or other.
Um, I put it here. What was the symbol of this? The question mark also.
Very good. Okay.
Um, because I don't know.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
not really sure if all the multinationals are guilty about that.
Are guilty about, especially about unethical behavior, no?
Yeah.
Very good.
And
Okay,
also
very
it's
good.
because depending of the point of view, because some activities from others is not considering unethical, so mostly common,
Very good.
uh, because they're it depends for their practices of the company. Also for where it's located. For example, here in Mexico, it's not ethical using child labor just to manufacture to produce any clothes, for example. But if you
Exactly.
go to Asia, it's common.
Exactly. 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 Yeah, exactly. There's a point that it will depend on the country, no? Or on the
Mhm.
culture.
Yes.
Exactly. Very good. Okay. Okay, so here we have, it says we have this article also from the book. It says the corporate conscience. It says Sharon Watkins and Ron Whistleblower. Okay, by Leslie Corbett. I will start to read. It says Sharon Watkins. Okay, one of the world's best-known whistleblowers, made global headlines in 2001 for telling her boss Ken Lay that Enron was mere in accounting fraud. Please, Rudy. Back in 1996.
Back in 1896, Watkins was working with Andrew Fastu, The chief financial officer later convicted of fraud. When she began to witness aggressive accounting, I was starting to see an infasto cross the line. She says, claiming he asked her to lie the one of Iran's patterns about an investment. It should have been a huge warning flag. She admits it merely prompted her to move a different part of the empire around Enron International, where she later became a vice president.
And vice president. Very good. Okay, Daniel. All this time, Harvard graduate.
All this time, Harvard graduate Jeffrey Skilling had been growing in an influence at Enron, reinventing what it did for a living to include power trading, selling retail electricity, and
Very good. And even
even the provision of broadband internet service. In 2001, he became chief executive officer.
very good. Gabi, by mid 2001,
But mid 2000 2001, Watkins was working for Fasto again. This time, she struggled across evidence of massive accounting fraud. I thought I have got to get out of there. I can work for a company that is doing this. I'm gonna work up the guts if I can to confront Jerry Skilling on my last on my last day.
but
But sooner after, Skilling resigned unexpectedly for what he said were personal reasons.
very good. Okay. Christina, so Watkinson sent,
So Watkins sent an anonymous memo to the man who taken the helm, the founder and chairman Kenneth Lade. Later, she met Lade to convey her fears face to face. Enron began an inquiry, but it failed to use independent investigators on her claims were largely dismissed.
very good. Okay. Jorge, please. Shortly after Enron,
Shortly after Enron, the world's biggest energy trader and once the seventh biggest company in America, filed one of the biggest U.S. bankruptcy cases to date. Dozens of workers lost their jobs and their person invested in its shares, and other investors lost billions of dollars.
very good. Okay. Rudy, Watkins never took her concerns.
Watkins never took her concerns outside the company to the financial regulator of third party. Why not? When a company cooks the books, it rarely has a chance of surviving. But to do that, it has to come clean itself, to admit its problem and restate its financials. I feel here was Iran's chance to come clean. Watkins now gives lectures about corporate ethics.
Exactly. Do you remember this fraud, my friends? The Enron fraud?
No,
I
No,
don't.
no. Okay. What about Daniel? Daniel, do you remember this big fraud, Daniel, the Enron fraud?
no, I can't remember.
No. Okay, very good.
It's
What
a
about
financial scandal, right?
a huge financial scandal?
Yes.
Exactly, exactly. Good. What about Gabi? Gabi, do you remember this fraud, Gabi?
The what, sorry?
Do you remember this the Enron big fraud? It was many years ago.
Doesn't sound familiar to me,
No.
honestly.
Okay,
No.
okay, okay, okay. Very good. What about Christina? Do you remember that, Christina?
No.
No. Very good. Okay, so listen. Let me show you a short video. Okay, that's going to explain the fraud. Okay, very good. Wait a minute, please. I'm going to. Okay, good. Very good. Just to make it clear to illustrate this. It was famous a long time ago. Okay, but it was a really big international concern. Okay, look at this. Okay, okay, let me. Okay, there it goes. Okay, Okay, then let me share the video with you. Okay. You just watch it, okay? Very good. Okay, there it goes.
What's up guys and welcome back to Wall Street Millennial. On this channel, we've covered many corporate frauds and disasters. Today, we're looking back at the biggest fraud in world history. We're talking about none other than the iconic Enron scandal. Once named the most innovative company in America, Enron's market cap reached a peak of $60 billion. Unfortunately, it was all a mirage meticulously constructed by the mastermind CEO, Jeffrey Skilling. When the fraud unraveled, millions of investors lost billions of dollars in what would eventually come to be known as the largest and most sophisticated fraud the world has ever seen. Enron was a complicated company with many layers of fraud. In this video, we'll take a deep dive into their business, how they orchestrated the massive fraud, and how they were finally exposed. This video was chosen by our channel members. Members get access to our backlog of videos before they're released to the public. Our current backlog has many interesting videos about stocks, investing, and corporate frauds. Members also get to vote on some of our video topics. Thank you. Enron was an energy and commodity company based in Houston, Texas. The nature of their business was very complicated, and even industry analysts had trouble understanding what they actually did. This complexity made it possible for their fraud to go undetected for many years. Enron can trace its roots all the way back to the 1930s, when a small natural gas company called InterNorth was founded in Omaha, Nebraska. InterNorth was an energy company that focused on the production and distribution of natural gas. Natural gas could have been considered an advanced technology at the time, as many people were still using wood-burning stoves for cooking and heat. As more and more households got connected to the grid, InterNorth's business exploded and they expanded rapidly throughout the United States. In 1985, InterNorth acquired Houston-based natural gas pipeline company HNG to form HNG InterNorth Inc. The combined entity was the second largest natural gas pipeline company in the country at the time. Longtime energy executive Kenneth Lay was appointed CEO of the new company. Lay was obsessive about the company's image and spent $100,000 on consumer focus groups and consulting groups to come up with a new name for the company. They eventually settled on Enron, which sounded modern and was less cumbersome to say. At this point, Enron was a relatively boring company. They produced, transported, and sold natural gas, just like any other company in the industry. They were a multi-billion-dollar business, but they were by no means a household name. This all changed in 1989 when they hired consulting firm McKinsey & Company to come up with new growth opportunities for the business. One of the McKinsey consultants working on the project was a young man by the name of Jeff Skilling. Skilling thought of a brilliant idea. Instead of producing and delivering natural gas to utilities, Enron could instead guarantee the price of gas to a customer and pay a different company to deliver the gas. Electricity rates are highly variable. Electricity buyers such as utility companies would love such a scheme because they can lock in a given price for electricity. The certainty about what price they'll have to pay makes it easier for them to plan and create budgets. The system works as follows. The electricity buyer pays Enron a fixed amount of money today. In exchange, Enron would be contractually obligated to pay for the delivery of some fixed amount of natural gas at some point in the future. If the price of natural gas goes up, Enron loses money on the position, and vice versa. However, because the utility companies are risk-averse, they will be willing to pay a slight premium on the contract price in exchange for the certainty. Because of this, Enron could make a slight profit on each transaction. CEO Kenneth Lay thought that this was a brilliant idea. Their legacy energy business was extremely capital-intensive. If they wanted to grow, they had to invest billions of dollars in new power plants or pipelines, which can also take many years to build. If they adopted Skilling's idea of guaranteeing natural gas contracts instead, they could reinvent the company into a high-growth financial institution. To this end, Lay created Enron Gas Bank. They hired traders who would buy and sell contracts for purchase and delivery of natural gas. Lay convinced Jeff Skilling to leave his job at McKinsey to join Enron as the head of the gas bank. In the following years, the gas bank was extremely successful. Lay decided to sell the majority of the company's pipelines and other physical assets to go all in on the gas bank idea. In a matter of just a few years, he transformed Enron from a boring energy company to an innovative financial institution. Throughout the 1990s, Skilling expanded Enron's financial trading arm rapidly. They moved beyond natural gas, expanding to many different commodities. They started trading electricity price contracts with utility companies and lumber price contracts with paper manufacturers. They even entered exotic areas by making financial derivatives for the weather. Companies whose businesses are impacted by the weather could buy weather contracts from Enron to hedge their risk. In the late 90s, the dot-com bubble was inflating and the internet was all the rage with investors. To take advantage of the dot-com craze, Skilling announced Enron's most ambitious project yet. In 2000, they announced that they'd be creating a nationwide high-speed internet network. Enron would create contracts with internet providers to sell bandwidth on this network.
¿Quieres empezar una carrera en tecnología, pero no puedes porque trabajas tiempo completo? Puedes estudiar a tiempo parcial.
Enron was creating financial markets for assets never traded on exchanges before. You could buy natural gas, coal, or even internet connection just as easily as you could buy a stock or bond. This was revolutionary, with the potential to be worth tens or even hundreds of billions of dollars. And Enron didn't just talk the talk, they also walked the walk. In 1994, they had $9 billion of revenue. Just 6 years later, in 2000, their revenue had increased tenfold to more than $100 billion. Their net profit was also steadily growing, with year-over-year increases every year except 1997. In 2000, they reported almost $1 billion of net profit. With all of this good news, investors were buying Enron stock hand over fist, with the valuation peaking at $90 per share in 2000, giving the company a market cap of over $60 billion. This gave the stock a valuation 60 times earnings, which indicates investors thought the company would continue its strong growth for many years to come. This seemed reasonable at the time because of the tremendous opportunities ahead of them. Skilling told analysts that the broadband trading business would eventually add $40 billion to Enron's market cap. But not everyone was buying into Enron's hype. In 2001, Fortune magazine journalist Bethany McLean talked to an anonymous short seller who was bearish on the stock. She published an article in Fortune magazine called "Is Enron Overpriced?" In the article, she said Enron had a very opaque business, and even the Wall Street analysts covering the stock had trouble explaining how the company makes money. In their financial reports, they would simply say that they made revenue by trading natural gas, electricity, metals, and other commodities. When asked how they actually made money trading these commodities, they refused to answer for competitive reasons. Also, the broadband business, which made up the crux of Enron's bull case, was still years away from profitability and faced tremendous uncertainty. Wall Street was surprisingly accepting of the company's lack of transparency and blindly trusted Skilling's bullish projections. One Goldman Sachs analyst even compared Enron to Michael Jordan. You don't know exactly how he's going to score each game, but you know he almost always wins. In the same way, analysts didn't know exactly how Enron made its revenue, but given their track record, they just assumed the company could keep growing. Unfortunately, throughout the 90s, business was not doing as well as Skilling had hoped. Instead of being profitable as they claimed, their Enron online commodities marketplace was actually losing billions of dollars every year, and the company is racking up tens of billions of dollars worth of debt. These losses were unacceptable to President Jeff Skilling and CEO Kenneth Lay. For the stock price to continue going up, they needed revenue and profitability to grow quarter after quarter. To this end, they hired Andrew Fastow as Chief Financial Officer. Fastow was a financial wizard who had two major tricks up his sleeve to turn the company's losses into profits. The first trick was to adopt mark-to-market accounting. Under this method, anticipated future profits from any deal the company enters into are recognized upfront as they've already been realized. For example, in 1999, Enron's broadband division signed a deal with movie rental company Blockbuster to create a movie streaming business. Enron made some back-of-the-envelope calculations saying the deal would eventually make them $110 million in profits. Based on the mark-to-market accounting, they booked these anticipated profits almost immediately. If the deal were to fail to make as much profit as projected, they were supposed to take a write-down, which would cancel out the profits they booked earlier. Since most of Enron's deals ended up being failures, mark-to-market accounting alone wouldn't be enough to sustain the company's supposed profitability. This is where Fastow's second piece of financial wizardry came into play. He created hundreds of special-purpose entities that were technically not on Enron's balance sheet. If one of their deals failed or generated a loss, they would transfer the losses to the special-purpose entity to avoid recognizing the loss on their own income statement or balance sheet. By 2001, these entities held tens of billions of dollars worth of Enron's debt and accumulated losses. Fasto personally controlled these entities and skimmed hundreds of millions of dollars from the transactions to line his own pockets. Skilling likely knew that Fasto was skimming, but turned a blind eye because these special-purpose entities were crucial to the fraud. Enron's auditor, Arthur Anderson, was complicit in the fraud as well. In addition to being Enron's auditor, they also provided business consulting services for the company. In 2000 alone, Enron paid Anderson over $50 million in fees. Anderson didn't want to blow the whistle on the fraud, as this meant jeopardizing their lucrative relationship.
Jose is a triathlon.
Every quarter, Enron would have to transfer billions of dollars worth of debt to its special-purpose entities. Many of the special-purpose entities were funded by investment banks and other institutional investors. The capital that they lent to Enron indirectly through these entities was backed by Enron's stock. If the stock price fell below a certain threshold, they would stop supplying capital and Enron would be forced to recognize the losses on their own balance sheet. In February of 2001, Skilling was appointed as CEO, replacing Kenneth Lay, who stayed on as chairman of the board. But he knew that time was running out. Enron was running out of cash, and it would be impossible for them to keep the fraud up much longer. Just 6 months after taking the job, Skilling resigned in August of 2001. He cited personal reasons, but in reality, he was trying to flee the sinking ship before its inevitable collapse. Around the same time, he sold more than $60 million worth of stock. He was replaced by chairman and former CEO Kenneth Lay. The very next day, Enron Vice President Sharon Watkins sent an anonymous letter to Lay informing him of accounting improprieties that she observed. When Lay failed to respond to her letter, Watkins met with him in person to explain the extent of the fraud that she uncovered in the company's accounting department. Even after this, Lay still refused to do anything. By this time, Enron was truly on its last legs. When Skilling had resigned, the stock price was in the $40 to $50 range. In October, they were forced to report a $618 million quarterly loss as the fraud was getting too big for their special-purpose entities to handle. Just a few days later, the SEC launched a probe into their accounting practices. In December, they ran out of cash and were forced to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. The Enron bankruptcy shocked the world. $60 billion was lost in the matter of a few months in what was the largest corporate bankruptcy in history at the time. Tens of thousands of employees were laid off. To add insult to injury, many of them put the majority of their 401ks into Enron's own stock, which was now worthless. Right after bankruptcy, executives took what little money they had left to pay high-level executives $744 million in salaries and bonuses. In light of the disaster, the US Senate called on senior Enron executives to testify under oath about their involvement in the bankruptcy. Former CFO Anthony Fasto invoked his Fifth Amendment rights against self-incrimination and refused to answer any questions. He was the architect of the fraud and lined his own pockets to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars. Chairman and CEO Kenneth Lay also refused to answer questions. Former CEO Jeff Skilling, as well as Vice President Sharon Watkins, agreed to testify under oath.
She encouraged me to meet with Mr. Lay personally. I fully expected Mr. Lay to conduct a thorough investigations into my concerns. I was disappointed that such was not the case. I was incredibly frustrated with Mr. Lay's actions or lack thereof. I believe that Enron had a brief window to salvage itself this past fall, and we missed that opportunity because of Mr. Lay's failure to recognize or accept that the company had manipulated its financial statements. Throughout the global finance group, as well as upper management, I believe it was well understood that the Raptor entities were primarily backstopped with Enron stock. It wasn't a hidden fact. I do think certain people thought it was some magic structure that was acceptable, but others that had some concerns about it kept their concerns mainly to themselves.
Todos aman hacer sus impuestos. En realidad no lo hacen. Pero checa esto. Conta.com.
Lay was intimately involved in the fraud, and what Watkins told him came as no surprise. He didn't open any investigation into Enron's accounting practices because this would only expose his own involvement. Raptor refers to one of the special purpose entities that Fasto made to hide Enron's losses. Raptor provided capital to Enron in exchange for Enron's stock. The transactions between Enron and the special purpose entities such as Raptor were obviously fraudulent. They should have raised alarm bells for any honest executives reviewing them.
Let me begin with a recap of what I understand about what Enron has said in recent SEC filings. First, there has been a restatement of 3 items, none of which affected cash flow or future period earnings. Second, there may have been self-dealing by a small number of executives, among whom I have not and cannot be counted. But in addition to those statements, there is also a raft of currently unproven assertions of additional accounting issues, the primary ones relating to something called the Raptor hedges. What do we know about these hedges? We know that the company's accountants, Arthur Andersen, agreed with the treatment of these transactions all the way up to their technical group in Chicago. We also know that the Powers team hired another accountant that apparently disagrees with Andersen, and I take it also that Ms. Watkins also disagrees with Andersen. If the focus of this hearing is a game of dueling accountants, I will state right now that I'm not an accountant and probably have little to add to that debate between experts. I know that you will be asking questions about who did what at Enron, but I hope in addition to those technical issues, you will also ask about how a company as strong as Enron can be bankrupted by what I call a run on the bank. I have some thoughts that I think a number of you have asked for that might be helpful and are important to the financial system. But before we start, there are a few things I think this record should reflect. I will not respond to all the outrageous things said about me in this process because some have been so silly that they merit no response. 3 others, however, do merit a response. First, I have not lied to the Congress or anyone else about my recollection of events while I was at Enron. Second, I never duped Ken Lay. I heard Ms. Watkins testify to her opinion. I have no idea what the basis is for that opinion. Third, I do not believe that my testimony is contradicted by or is materially different than the testimony of either Mr. McMahon or Mr. Mintz, for both of whom I have a tremendous amount of respect. And now, finally, a few observations about this congressional process to which I and others have been subjected. What has happened thus far, primarily in the House, should be cause for concern of every American. The entire management and board of Enron has been labeled everything from hucksters to criminals with a complete disregard for the facts and evidence assembled. These untruths shatter lives, and they do nothing to advance the public understanding of what happened at Enron. The framers of the Bill of Rights are watching. My dilemma, like that of other innocents called before these committees, is whether to take refuge in constitutional protections to avoid your questions or stand on the constitutional presumption of innocence to proclaim the truth. I am here and prepared to answer the committee's questions because I have nothing to hide. I take and will continue to take full responsibility for my actions as a senior executive of Enron Corporation. While I worked at Enron, I served the shareholders and the board of directors faithfully. When I left Enron on August 14th, I did not believe the company was in financial peril, and I have no knowledge of any wrongdoing by its employees.
Skilling denied all wrongdoing. He claimed to have no knowledge of how Andrew Fastow was manipulating the financial statements. However, Fastow pled guilty to the fraud and agreed to cooperate with authorities in the prosecution of other executives, including Skilling. He provided credible evidence that both Jeff Skilling and Kenneth Lay knew exactly what was going on. He created the fraudulent special purpose entities with their knowledge and consent. In 2006, Skilling was found guilty and sentenced to 24 years in prison. In 2018, he was released early after serving 14 years. Kenneth Lay was also found guilty but died of a heart attack before his sentencing. Andrew Fastow was initially sentenced to 10 years, but this was reduced to 6 in light of his cooperation with prosecutors. The most shocking aspect of the Enron fraud was how sophisticated it was. There were dozens of people involved at the highest levels of the organization for many years. At its peak, it was the 7th largest company in the US, and almost every single investment bank had analysts covering the stock. Despite this, no one was able to uncover the fraud publicly until it got so big as to collapse under its own weight. Alright guys, that wraps it up for the Enron story. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure to hit the
Okay, so as you could see, it was kind of a combination of many things, okay? So it wasn't just Enron, okay, executives, okay, or Enron's directors, okay, but also a combination of and cooperation of many people, okay. So, but here they mention important one. For example, they mention, for example, market cap, okay. I'm going to wait there, okay. Market cap. Remember, market cap es capitalización del mercado, okay. That was the beginning of the fraud, okay. And then they, with the big fraud, they began to have raptor edges, okay. Raptor edges, okay. Obviously, it was the people who cooperated, okay, in the fraud. That in Spanish es cobertura de fraude, cobertura de rapaz, okay. And finally, they had this, okay, look at this. Huckster, look at this, Huckster. Let me see if I wrote it well. Look at this, Huckster. Yes. Huckster, that is embaucador, charlatan, okay? So the CEOs or the directors were called hucksters, okay, because of this big fraud, okay? Okay, so listen, let's continue. So also was like a general information about Enron, which is a really sad story because obviously many people invested their money in the company and finally they lost the money. This fraud could have been similar to Fobaproa. The thing is that the government didn't pay for the fraud, or the banks didn't lend money, okay, to Enron to solve their financial problems, okay. Look at it. Let's continue with Article 2, also from the book. It says, Drug Whistleblower collects 24 million. It says by Joel de Bryce. I will read. It says, Pfizer, the world's biggest pharmaceutical company, has agreed to plead guilty and pay 430 million in fines to settle criminal charges. The settlement includes a 24.6 million payment for whistleblower David Franklin, the scientist who first uncovered wrongdoing of one of its subsidiaries and reported the marketing abuses to authorities. Please, Jorge, please, the company acknowledge. Yes, Jorge, yes. Please, Jorge, the company
Sorry.
acknowledge. Good.
The company acknowledged spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to promote non-approved uses for the drug Neurontin, in part by paying doctors hefty speakers fees and flying them to lavish resorts as educational trips. This illegal and fraudulent promotion scheme corrupted the information process relied upon by doctors and their medical decisions making, thereby putting patients at risk, said U.S. Attorney Michael Sullivan.
Michael Sullivan. Very good. Okay, please, let's say, Daniel, we believe we have exposed.
We believe we have exposed an illegal practice in the pharmaceutical industry that caused the Medicaid program funded jointly by the states and the federal government to pay tens of millions of dollars for off-label prescription that were not eligible for reimbursement under the medical program, said Franklin's attorney Thomas Green.
Very good. Guy, please. The case began in 1996.
The case began in 1996 when Franklin filed a whistleblower lawsuit against Parker Davis and its parent company Warner Lambert, alleging it used an illegal marketing plan to drive up sales of the drug Neurontin in the 90s. Fisher brought Warner Lambert in 2000.
Very good. Christina, the lawsuit alleged that while
Sorry, I can sometimes phone. The lawsuit allegedly that while epilepsy, pain, headaches, bipolar disorder, and other psychiatric
good illnesses,
illnesses, while doctors can prescribe drugs for any use. Sorry, the letter is too little.
Okay, okay.
For
Jeffrey,
use the promotion of drugs for those so-called off-label uses is prohibited by the Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act.
very good. Rudy, Pfizer said the activity alleged.
Pfizer say that the activity alleged in Franklin's lawsuit and charged by prosecutors occurred years before it both Warner Lambert. Pfizer is committed to compliance with all healthcare laws and to high ethical standards in all aspects of its business practices. The company said in a statement.
Very good. Okay, please, Jorge, the whistleblower lawsuit alleged.
The whistleblower lawsuit alleged that the company's publicity plan for Neurontin included paying doctors to put their names on ghost-written articles about Neurontin and to fly them to lavish resorts. One doctor received almost 308,000 to speak dollars to speak at conferences about the drug.
Imagine, my friends, this is really dangerous, okay? Maybe Enron was just money, but here with the promotion, okay, of this medication and to give the medication to people, okay, uh, for, okay, epilepsy, okay, but it also promoted for limb pain, headaches, bipolar disorder, and other psychiatric illnesses. So it was the best cure, okay, for anything related to the cycle. So imagine, friends, so this medicine wasn't ready and hadn't been proved, okay, to help or to cure these diseases, okay? And the company paid doctors, okay, to testify that it was a great medicine, okay? Okay, look at this question. It says, discuss this question. It says, Sharon what he said, it should have been a huge warning flag when she first exposed unethical practices. Why is it sometimes easier to ignore warning signs? Is it a good idea to pay whistleblowers? Why not? Is anything gained by the actions of whistleblowers in companies? What unethical business practices have you heard about in your country? Okay, for example, let's start with Gabby. Gabby, he said, sharing Wilson said, it should have been a huge warning flag when she first exposed unethical practices. Why is it sometimes easier to ignore warning signs? What is your opinion, Gabby?
I think sometimes people avoid or ignore that warning signs because it's easier and they usually you don't or the person don't want to get involved in any type of issue or trouble or misunderstanding.
Exactly, yes. I agree, exactly. Sometimes people want to be well, okay, want to be relaxed, okay, and they don't want to be into investigations, police things, okay, and being involved, okay, with major problems at the company. Very good, okay. What about, let's say, Rudy, is it a good idea to pay whistleblowers, Rudy? Why not, Rudy?
Oh, actually, let's talk from a human, human to humans. Okay, I think it is not a good idea by whistleblowers. Let's say why no? Well, actually, if people from your family die because they already consumed these substances,
Very good.
so all the money from the world won't get back your person. So well, I think that they should pay in another ways for the error, you know. So I'm not sure. I don't think that the money is not a good idea.
Exactly, it's exactly, Rudy. But it's speaking about the whistleblowers, Rudy, especially about pharmacies, okay, or pharmaceutical companies, I think it's a good idea to have people who can watch and notice, okay, irregular practices, okay, irregular behavior, okay, among the directors, among the sellers, among
Mm,
the providers, no?
yeah,
So,
actually, in that way, yeah, it is a very good idea because you know that your company is compliant or not. For example, right now I work in a healthcare company, and
Okay.
actually they have a lot of regulations. And exactly, there are a part of the system which is made for the waste blowers.
Very good.
Actually, they are making a license analysis every day and checking if all the documents are according to the law and all those things. So yeah, by that way, it's a very good idea.
Exactly, exactly. In the way you are sure, okay, that the company is good and well,
Mhm.
and obviously complying with all the regulations. Very good. Okay.
Exactly.
What about Jorge? Jorge, is anything gained by the actions of whistleblowers in companies? Jorge?
Mm,
Hmm.
I'm I'm not sure if they are not involved of what is happening, what's going on in the company. I think um, it's ethical for professionals reports if something is not running well or is not going according for the financial institutes.
Very good. Exactly, exactly. Yes.
So so yeah, the anything that they gain is that they they did something good
Exactly. And
professionally.
exactly. Also something good to the company and to the investors, okay, or to the clients, okay.
Yeah, that's
No.
true for the stakeholders, obviously, and for obviously also for those they bought all the stocks for that company.
Exactly. Very good. Okay. Okay. What about Daniel? Daniel, what unethical business practice have you heard about in your country, Daniel?
Well, I don't have in my mind a lot. Most of them are related with government, but I remember that here in Guadalajara we have a case for one person who has making a lot of money getting investor for home for construction.
All right. All right. All
Eh,
right.
so but well, I'm talking about a lot of his customers was a very famous people, political guys, artists, and well, he had a lot of money, and at the end they say that they suicide, and there is a myth that
Okay.
he's still alive, but well, it is the kind of situation where you have a lot of money for everybody and just to pay the interest for the first ones, and at the end you don't have enough money to pay the interest that you
Ah,
loan.
yes, Daniel. I think I remember that case, Daniel. Yes, it was exactly a construction company, but it was a large company, and they say you invest in the company, okay, you will get your revenue, quite
Yeah,
highly paid revenues, or very, 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 very short ROIs. Yes, yes. And I don't remember the name, but I think I saw some videos on YouTube, okay, explaining the fraud, and many people, then, okay, many people got cheated on this fraud, okay.
yeah. There is, and as I mentioned before, it is artists, big politicals. Here in Guadalajara, the governor, Pablo Lemus, he was involved on that scandal. But well, there is a lot of people that trust on that guy, thinking that he will honor the profit that he promised. But well, at the end, it was fraud.
Oh, okay, man. That's just, I remember that case, and it must have been really, really painful, okay, for people who invested their money there and all their savings and all that.
Yeah,
Really,
I know people who trust on that guy, not with a lot of money, just like the artists and people really wealthy. But well, at the end, you were able to invest with any kind of with no significant amount of money. I mean, not millions, maybe your 50,000 or something like that, and they will give you a profit. But well, it was a big scandal here in Jalisco.
okay. And what happened in the end? Did he
Well,
die
they
or?
decided, well, there's no as he's not alive, he's not nobody's responsible of his action, so people lost their money.
That's bad. That's bad. Okay, okay, okay. Poor people, Daniel. Okay, that's why always okay. Be careful when you invest. For example, Daniel, do you invest any on digital coins, Daniel?
Sorry,
Do you
Bitcoin?
have you invested on digital coins?
No, no, I have never invested in any of that electrical money, electrical accounts. But well, I have some friends that they have do it, and they earn at the beginning a lot of money, and I think that the issue it is la avaricia. I don't know how to say it.
Ah, me se me Spanish, avaricious.
Avaricious, yeah. So
Okay,
because they earn a lot of money and they start to decrease the stock of the money.
exactly. Yes.
And it was a good moment to sell it. At the end, they earn money, but I think that they lost part of that.
Okay, very good. Okay. What about Rudy? Rudy, have you invested in digital money, Rudy, in crypto coins?
No, no, actually, I have to say that I don't like this kind of impressions because I know that it is not sure. I was hearing the other day a podcast from hackers, a
Very good.
hackers podcast. I'm sorry,
Good.
and they say that there are a lot of ways to get your money. So for that reason, I don't like it.
Okay, otras añeros. Okay. Very good. What about Jorge? Have you ever invested, Jorge, in these crypto coins?
No, never.
Okay.
I only I don't know how to say in English, but it's like CETES. It's the
Asset.
only it's the only thing that I invested. So
Okay.
so yeah.
So asset is safe and sure. Okay.
Okay.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. What about Gabby? Have you invested, Gabby, in these crypto coins? Gabby?
No, I did not.
Very good. Okay. And what about Christina?
No, no.
This is not for me. Okay, not for me. Okay. Very good.
No. But I believe that there are like the people or companies that lend you money, banks and things like that, they can um how do you say estafa?
Estafar. Yes.
Uh,
Ahí lo voy a poner en el chat. They can scam you.
Scam you.
Scam
Yeah.
you. Mhm.
I believe like Electra, Coppel, and those ones, they have ways to legally scam people.
So, ¿qué será? It means that you won't save your money in Banco Opel or in Banco Azteca.
I have heard even in BBVA, I have heard many people that they say that they have lost their accounts somehow.
Okay.
So I don't know. Like I believe that banks. You have to read everything.
Very good. Okay. Excellent. Very good. Okay. Okay, my friends. So, some of things for the class. Okay. Let's okay, ask you. What about Rudy? Rudy, what is your day going to be like tomorrow, Rudy? What is your plan for tomorrow, Rudy?
For tomorrow, I hope to be a really quiet day
All
because
right.
it's the start of the spring. So I have to pick up some cards to work on the next spring. So
Good.
I hope it will be. I hope it is a really relaxed day.
Excellent.
So that's it.
A relaxing day. Very good. Rudy, and what time are you planning to start working and to finish working?
Oh, actually, tomorrow I have to start working at 7 a.m.
Okay.
and finish at 16 hours. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Rudy. Excellent. Very good. Okay. Good. So you're going to be kind of relaxing. Very good. Okay. What about Daniel? Daniel, what is your day going to be like tomorrow, Daniel? What is on your plate for tomorrow?
Well, I think that I will need to still studying a lot. I have two meetings two daily meetings, one at 8 a.m. and another one at 9:30 p.m. So I need
Oh,
to review all the information and be ready to have some questions and participate on those meetings.
the 9:30 p.m.
Yeah, from
Oh,
Sunday to Thursday. I don't like it on Sunday.
oh, come on. Sunday? Come on, Daniel. That is
Yeah.
hard, Daniel. Okay.
Yeah, it is hard, and to be honest, this Sunday I was not aware of that. I just was checking my agenda if I have something, and I noticed that, and I was like, oh, what? And I was drinking. I was, well, okay, I need to stop drinking right now.
Oh, they know. Imagine, okay, imagine being at the conference, okay, or the meeting, improperly behave or no,
Yeah.
that's not an idea, okay. Okay, then so it's going to be a very busy day, okay. What about Jorge? Jorge, what is your plan for tomorrow, Jorge?
I will have a lot on my plate tomorrow.
Okay,
As is today, I will come to the office as well,
all right.
and several meetings. Also, tomorrow is my event with my ex-leader,
Okay, okay, okay.
and after that we will have a happy hour, but it's going to be 6 to 8 p.m.
Okay,
So I think today I have to rest. I don't know. I'm really thinking if I go to the gym or resting in my home. I don't know
exactly, Jorge.
because I'm feeling so tired right now.
So also tomorrow is going to be a very busy day, Jorge, huh? Like as
Yes,
today.
yes.
Okay, okay. Very good. Okay, okay, okay. What about Gabby? Gabby, what is your plan for tomorrow, Gabby?
All the activities that I wasn't, no, wait, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm so tired too.
Obviously,
So
yes, ma'am.
tired.
Yes,
Go to
ma'am.
the office drains me.
Obviously, yes,
Horrible.
yes. I guess
For
so. I guess.
tomorrow, I have planned to continue with all the activities that I had to finish today that I wasn't able because I went to the office.
Okay, Gabby. So it's going to be a busy day too.
Yep.
Very good. Okay, okay. What about Christina? What is your plan for tomorrow, Christina?
Um, yeah, we have a lot of work to do. We have to review some screens, review some processes that we were doing, and yes, it's busy. But as I am hearing, not as busy as them. On Sunday, I will die if I have to work on Sunday.
Oh, yes, no, no. It's like so Sundays. It's like it's very, very
Yeah,
hard. Okay.
I'm very lazy on Sundays.
Okay, my friends. Okay, my friends. So let's start for today. Okay, so thank you, my friend, for being here today. Okay. Have a great night. Please try to relax. Try to take it easy. Okay. I'll see you in the class. Thank you very much, my friends. Take care. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you.
Thank you, Miguel.
Thank you. Bye bye. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Bye bye. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye. Thank you.